guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're hiking in the woods and we're going to try and find a ghost village that was abandoned in 1770. Why it was abandoned was because when they started cutting down trees and planting crops, they figured out that the soil wasn't good. So now we're going to go explore it.
What do you guys think of homemade hex bugs?
Monson is a ghost town and one of New Hampshire's most significant archaeological sites. Monson was the first inland colony in New Hampshire. Monson was settled in 1730, and to be technical here, it was part of Massachusetts. In 1741, the borders of Massachusetts and New Hampshire were redefined to what we see today, and Monson became part of New Hampshire at the time. In 1746, Monson incorporated as a town, and by 1770, the town was all but abandoned.
The stone walls on both sides of the roads. Now, something you may not know, New England was once covered by glaciers. And those glaciers churned up a lot of rocks. And then as the glaciers started to recede, they just dropped the rocks on top of the soil. So this area where we live in New England, there's tons and tons of rocks. What farmers used to have to do was clear the fields, and they would go up and down the fields getting rocks and then put them into piles at the end of the fields. This often made a lot of stone walls.
I think that's your first building over there.
I do see a first building. Let's head over there.
Oh, I reached the first house. You can't go inside it. Seems like it's like light teal thing. This was Joseph Gulag's house. We got it from in there. It was built in 1756. And over here, it seemed like this would be a barn. Alright, this would be a barn. We think, because there's one side closed over there, one side over here, and one side over there. We're going to get to these houses. We need to go to the woods using a map where, like, barely any of us know how to use this. So we were right here, and now we're going over to here. Like, you need to walk across a field, then down this path, I guess. Yeah, so that would be our guess. So, we hope we make it. Alright guys, so we just got here, and I spotted this. It's a hole in the ground. I think it was like a well or something. And then here is the like foundation over here. Right here. The foundation. They had it a bit over the ground, so when the house was functional, they didn't have bugs crawl in. And this was Dr. J. Brown's house. Now, let's go find the next house and hope we don't get lost in the forest.
Nice.
Alright guys, so this is the next house. It seems like it's just the basement, but as you can see, this one looks a bit deeper than the other one. So this is probably where they'd store all their like food and cold stuff, because it would be in a concealed area where everything in the basement would have just been cold. And the house isn't here for some reason. Just don't think of what happened to it. But this is the remains of the third house. And now let's go see where the fourth house is and what it looks like.
Besides each house in Monson, there's a plaque that dedicates a little history to the people who once lived there. And it also gives us a lesson on why we should worry about our legacy in the future. This one person, Lazarus Hubbard, was born in 1773, married in 1791, moved to Antrim, New Hampshire, and then in 1801 moved back to Monson. Mr. Hubbard was the poorest and laziest man to ever live in this section. He was a noted beggar of the area. And it goes on and on about some other things about his life. However, I'm not sure anybody would want history to remember them as the laziest and poorest person in your part of town. Such is the history of Monson.
Alright guys, so this is the third house. It's really just a basement, but you can see what the house probably would have been like before it like probably collapsed down, is what I think. But at this moment, it's already just a basement. I mean, I thought they said it was preserved houses. I mean,
Just started again.
This.
Byron keeps talking, buddy.
Alright, guys. So this is the fourth house, I think. It looks as good as it did when it was built in 1736.
With markers.
Alright, so guys, when two roads used to meet, they used to mark it with markers, and that's what this is right here. You can see that this has an M right here, and there's a 1 right here in 1843, it says. So that meant that road marker was made in 1843, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright guys, so this is the last house. It's looking a bit bare to me. It wasn't that funny. Alright, I'll have to end the video here. Now remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.